Good morning, and I can't believe today's already, November 1st. What a fast year 2018 is turning out to be. Hopefully, everyone had a good Halloween. I figured I didn't get a chance to do this yesterday, but I figured I got a chance to talk about it today. I figured I'd do a recap of Halloween 4, which I can't believe is, 30 years old. It's almost as old as I am. So basically, the fourth Halloween movie, but the third to feature, Michael Myers after the third Halloween movie tried to do an anthology story, which quite frankly didn't work out too well. So the producers decided to bring Michael Myers back, and of course the events of the fourth one take place, um, 10 years after the first two movies, even though it was like 7 years since the second one, was released. And basically, what happened was, even though Michael was assumed to be dead in the hospital, fire at the end of the second one, but instead he ended up in a coma, for 10 years. And, his shrink Sam Loomis, who was thought to be dead, ended up, somehow, some ways, surviving, the fire, even though it doesn't really explain how. But that's movie logic for you. So basically, instead of having a Laurie Strode in the story once again, since at the time Jamie Lee Curtis was becoming very popular in movies, and I guess at the time she didn't want to be just I guess maybe either trapped or you know typecasted as the scream queen. So she turned it down, even though, of course, as history proved itself, she ended up coming back, in H2O to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the original film at that time. So in this film, Laurie is, assumed dead at this, in this particular one. Uh, so instead, the female protagonist ends up being, young Jamie Laurie, who, turns out to be Laurie's daughter. Of course, her babysitter, Rachel Carruthers, happens to have somewhat of a tie to Laurie Strode, since she was the one that revealed that, Laurie used to babysit her when she was younger. So, of course, once again, Michael continues, his rampage. And of course, Sam Loomis does his best to stop him with little effort, since it's like he said, it's like evil walking on two legs. And then, of course, you have, the new sheriff, Meeker, who replaces, Lee Brackett's character, who retired after the events the second film. So, in terms of what I thought of the fourth one, it actually serves as a decent, follow up, to the fourth film. I mean, second film, sorry. And, of course, Donald Pleasance does a really good job, playing, Sam Loomis. And, of course, Danielle Harris did a good, job, playing Jamie Lloyd in her film, debuted. And, of course, Ellie Cornell, who plays Rachel, she serves as a decent, replacement, for Laurie. And it's kind of cool to see, the sibling, relationship, explored between Jamie and Rachel. It kind of reminds me in a sense of, Laurie and, Tommy's relationship as, as the babysitter, which I thought was pretty nice. So, and of course, one of the things I liked about it, was the crazy twisted ending, which could have taken the franchise in a new direction had they chose to gone that way, but it was not meant to be. So, I would say it's one of my other favorite sequels, much better than the fifth and the sixth film, which I kind of felt uh, overcomplicated the series, which I wasn't too crazy about. So I would say I can't believe, like I said previously, I can't believe Halloween Force, I can't believe 30 years old already and still holds up rather well. So I would definitely say for those that big Halloween fans, want to check out one of the better Halloween sequels, this would be the that I would recommend. Even though some people may not like the fact that Laurie Strode's not in it, but like I said at the time, that that's just not something Jamie Lee Curtis wanted to do when she wanted to explore other movies and other, basic, other things in her career at that time. So that's that. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching and have a good one. Thanks again for listening.